Hey there, today may be an interesting video for some of you. Kim and I are traveling from Hua Hin to Don Mueang Airport, then we're flying to Kuala Lumpur. Once we get to Kuala Lumpur International Airport, we're taking something to get to Genting Highlands, and we're heading to the Resort World's casino up at the top of the mountain in Genting Highlands. Our drive from Hua Hin, we're taking our personal car. GPS is telling us it's about 3.5 hours right now. That'll put us there with still enough time. Once we get there though, parking is interesting. They have two terminals. We're flying out of the international terminal, and this time we're going to try to park in the parking at Terminal 1. The Terminal 2 parking last week when we went to Royette was full, meaning we drove around there for 20 or 30 minutes and finally found a spot on the top floor. Then when we get to Kuala Lumpur, we have to find a ride to Genting Highlands, and I've already Googled it. There's a bus that runs every hour and a half, and it's about $7 US. So stick with us, and we'll share our travel experience with you. And like I said, hopefully this is helpful to some of you at some time. Right, Kim? Yep. So we made it to Don Mueang Airport, and as expected, parking was an issue. So there's a full parking lot at Terminal 1. That's where we have to go. So we decided to try Terminal 2. They turned us away, didn't really give us much information, but now we're parked all the way down at like Terminal 3. So it's a long walk now. And we don't exactly know where to go. So once we're checked in successfully, on time, we'll let you guys know how it's going. So if you ever have to park where we parked at Terminal 3, it's going to be a long walk. Just get here a little bit early, especially anytime you come here. I'd get here early because parking is going to be an issue. But there's this elevated walkway tunnel thing that connects Terminal 3 to Terminal 2, and then from Terminal 2 we'll have to get to Terminal 1. But you can see how long this is. So we've safely made it to our check-in. You can see behind me is the AirAsia check-ins. I would say it was a 15-minute walk, but it was a pretty strenuous 15-minute walk, meaning we didn't know how far it was. We're at the far end of this airport, to Terminal 1, and we parked all the way at Terminal 3 on the far end. So not horrible. Just give yourself an extra 15 or 20 minutes. For now on, I think we will try to give ourselves an easy hour buffer to deal with the parking issue. You agree? And then it won't be an issue. So, or we may never drive again. We just may do the shuttle from Hua Hin. It's only 1,500 baht, which is about 47 something dollars, which makes me wonder what we're even doing driving the car here today, Kim. It's what we do though, right? So let me show you the airport lounge that we're in right now. And if you've never accessed airport lounges when you travel, it's something I had never done, but then I actually got 2 credit cards, but you only need one of them. I've got the American Express Platinum card. I just got it this year, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I'm gonna put links down below because this benefit by itself is worth it. Check this out. They have a whole bar. And seating areas and massages. Just a very comfortable way to travel. So food included in our lounge access. And what did you get, Kim?
No, this is like a spicy curry. I think this is beef and chicken.
And a chicken curry and some spaghetti. Drinks, dessert. Goodbye, airport lounge. You are good to us, weren't you, Kim?
Yeah, I was hungry.
We were here for like 20-25 minutes, but we're stuffed. Well, I'm stuffed. Kim didn't have as big of an appetite as me, but I'm stuffed. I ate a lot, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. We've arrived in Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2, Terminal 2. And we're here about 4:10 p.m. There's a bus that goes to Genting Highlands. It's called the Aero bus. I suppose there's like a transportation hub here. We're probably not going to do that because it leaves at 5 o'clock. And we want to exchange a little bit of money. And we want to get a SIM card. And we still have to get our luggage that we checked. So I don't think there's any chance we'll do that. So once we're done that, the SIM card, the luggage, and a little bit of exchanged money, we still have to go through customs, and immigration. So we'll price grab and we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we arrived safely here in Kuala Lumpur, and Kim just rolled her eyes because sometimes we could like kill each other, but we didn't. Anyways, when you get off the plane, the first thing you see is a QR code that you're supposed to scan. They say every arriving passenger has to have this online form filled out. Well, when you arrive and you don't have a SIM card and you don't have data for Malaysia, it ends up being a challenge trying to connect to their Wi-Fi. It was just a pain in the ass, right? So then we figured all that out, and then they told us we could fill it out at the baggage area. So we went out there and we got everything set up and filled it out, and then nobody ever checked it. So that was issue number one. Then the rest weren't really issues. Just like last time we were here, right when we walked out of the baggage area and stuff through immigration and whatever, they have a money exchange, and that went fine. They gave us 4.4 to 1. The current exchange rate online is 4.65, so they do take a little, but they give you a decent exchange rate. So we exchanged $100. So then we went right across the hall, and that's where we got our SIM card with our data. We got unlimited data for like 30 days. We're only gonna be here for 10 maybe. I don't know exactly, but we did unlimited data for 63 ringgit, which was only less than $15, like $14 or $13. So that was cool. And then Kim, the genius she is, realized that they use a different plug here and we didn't bring a plug adapter. So there's a store on the way out. We stopped, and how much was that? It was 35 ringgit. Divide that by 5, so it was like $8. So we're good. Here in Kuala Lumpur Airport, they have a place where you can do your grab pickups. I already saw if they had grabs to Resort World's Genting Highlands, because that's where we're going, and they do, and they said there was no waiting. So we're just gonna head there and we'll redo it once we get there. So see you in a bit. So another thing, if you arrive here hungry, this is a great place to get food. There are probably 20 restaurants on the way out, maybe more if we walk down, but just on this main hallway here, there's about 20 restaurants, and they all look good, light and bright, and price isn't that bad. So just a little follow-up, transportation hub is on level 1. That's where they have taxis, buses, the e-ride hailing and all that, and that's where we're headed. Here's what the e-hailing place looks like, pretty busy out here. Our first driver canceled, but our second driver called and he's on his way. Hopefully it works out good. 134 ringgit, which is like $25, $30, all the way up to Genting Highlands Resort Worlds. Quick show you guys the room. It's where we're going to be staying for 5 nights. Interesting bed and storage. Look, you can put your suitcases and stuff under the bed. That's cool, and chairs. And there's a safe under the bed right over there. And there's a platform all the way around it. Have no idea what our view is going to be, but well, we're going to be able to see the casino when the sun's out. You can see the neon lights over there. And it smells really good in here.
Yeah.
And nice little theme. Not a bad hotel room. Alrighty. So I'm not sure if I shared what it is I'm doing here at Genting Highlands Resort World Casino, but they've got Poker Dream 8. It's a poker series, tournament series over here in Asia. And this is the first event of 2024. Gonna be here for probably 8 days and probably play in 6 or 7 different events. I plan on playing in all the events except the high roller. So I'll give you updates as we go, and we'll see you in a bit. Right now, as a matter of fact, I'm going to enter my first event. It is 10:30 at night, and I'm going to enter the Malaysian Open Day 1F. It is a turbo, and start with 25,000 chips. And 15% of the people progress, make it through to day 2, and day 2 actually starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow. If I don't make that, I will be entering one of the other events. I think there's a mystery bounty or something coming up that I'll be playing tomorrow. So stay tuned for updates. So an update on my first event. It was day 1F of the Malaysia Open. I finished 82nd place out of 184 entries. I had an ace queen suited. Guy raised 5,000 chips. I had ace queen suited, like I said, and I went all in. He thought about it for a second, and then he called, and he had a 4-5 suited. So I had him crushed at that point. And then he got a straight. And then I went home. So day 2 will be tomorrow. And I'll share the results with you tomorrow.